Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about what to look out for in an SMMA guru, and if they do this particular thing, then run a fucking mile. So Tom, if you're on Instagram, you're scrolling through your stories, or you're on YouTube and you see an ad, and the first thing they do is go, "Hey Tom, look at this." Well, not Tom, because they won't know your name. They'll be like, "Right, look at this ad account. We just got this client a 72x ROAS on this ad. If you want to find out more, click the link below. We have an ad strategy that's going to make you get it every single time."
So it's not so much right. I'm expecting a little bit of an element of disagreement from people on this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something which when I see it, I laugh and I just think, fucking hell, come on. Like, you don't try and kid a kidder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, two things to it. I'm not doubting people get results on the platform. We do. Consistently, we get results on the on all our platforms: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We get results. However, what annoys the fuck out of us, between me and you, like what annoys us most is when people show you their ad account and they deliberately highlight the spend versus the outcome, and they're showing you that without any context of that journey together. They don't also show you the destination they were sending it to, which would be really useful for most people to know. Are you sending it to a funnel? What does that funnel look like? Are you sending it to a website? What does that website look like? What's the conversion journey? That's the bit that actually gets the return, not the ad. I'd like to see what the creative was. I'd like to see what the copy was. Regardless of all that, they're showing you the inside of the BM ad account. But if they were showing you different results every single day, that's undisputed, completely undisputed. Because they show you one time, it's basically them cheering themselves on getting results that one time out of a million, in my view. It's like it's the equivalent of me playing 100 games of football, right? Scoring one in the top corner, and someone recording it on their phone, and me saying, "I do this every week."
Yeah.
They go, "Fuck me, you must be a good football player." Yeah, I am. I knock in the top corner every single week, mate. I'll show you how if you want to spend like $5 a month.
Yeah, even if it was an ad account where they'd spent $1 million and they were getting these results consistently, even then what we're saying still stands, because it's not to say that that strategy works for every business. It's not like that's them. When they do that, they're implying, right, we spent $1 million, we've got 14 million back on this coaching program. Click the link below, sign up, and we can do it for your business. But you can't say that, because it's probably not the ad that's doing it. It might be the brand they've got. That brand that they've been running those ads for might have 2 million followers on Instagram with insane engagement. They might be using, I don't know, David Beckham in the ad creative for that particular ad that you won't be able to afford to do. Like, there's so many variable factors which would contribute to that winning ad copy or that winning ad creative or the ad set, that when people use that as a direct selling point for their program or their marketing services, it's not fair to do. Yeah, I mean, you can use them to showcase what Facebook ads are capable of. That's what you can do. If we were in a sales meeting, you could say, right, look at this ad account. This is when all we're firing on all cylinders, and this is what the potential is. But saying that you do that every time in order to close someone is fucking stupid.
It's completely. I think puffing your chest out on your ad account, on one ad account, on a particular successful ad account, without context to it, almost claiming that you've cracked the meta code to do this, and it's just such nonsense. It's really, really such stupid behavior, but it's so common. There's other people out there now who are making up names for their own measurements of ads, right?
Oh, mate.
And are saying, hey, we don't use ROAS anymore. We don't use ROI. We use this. And because we're so much better and we're a top 1% of this. And it's just like, come on. There must be a better way of telling people you have a good agency and telling people that you actually achieve good quality results. More marketing comes down, like everything. All that is you're putting money into a machine and you're getting a return. And they're focusing so hard on that one or two accounts that they've crushed it. They've crushed it, Harry, with these two accounts. They fucking crushed it. They must be clients for life. Must be clients for life. If they're getting that sort of return, I would be imagining that they should be charging 10K a month for their services, and they're crushing it. And all they've got to do is find another 100 of those, and then they're good. But they don't. And they're giving a false impression of their abilities as an agency just because they say, look at these two ad accounts, look at it, like 5, 10, 15 RAS, or whatever name they're fucking giving it. And it's pathetic, really. And I think what we're saying is, I want to see if any credibility with me, whether I'm a consumer or I'm an agency, the credibility comes from seeing how they did it. The ad copy creative, the video creative, whatever it is, the product, the website, the discount they were giving, the hook, the offer, all these things make the outcome on the Meta platform, which gives you the data back.
Yeah.
In reality, running ads on the Meta platform is fucking easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. Your targeting straightforward. Your where you put the copies, fine. It gives you different options, and actually Meta help you now get a better version and quality of ad. That the actual placing in the do is pretty straightforward. It's the bits that all behind that ad account that you don't see that gets the crushing result. And I just think when people show you it twice or 3 times and say, look, we crush it, they're basically trying to imply that they do it every single time without fail. It's bullshit. It's like nonsense.
And it doesn't stop there, mate. The thing that annoys me even more than that is where people start their ads with a screenshot of their Shopify. And I saw it yesterday from someone quite big in the industry, actually, on their Instagram story, and they were showing a client's Shopify account, and it said 1.2 million this month in Shopify sales. And I was thinking, see, from someone who doesn't understand the industry, that looks quite impressive. $1.2 million a month for a business. And he said, well, before we started working with them, they were only doing 10K a month, something ridiculous like that. But I thought, with anyone, like I say, anyone who didn't understand the industry would be like baffled by that. But when you think about it, if they were only doing 10K a month before and they are now doing 1.2 million, that's physically not possible unless you were putting in close to $1 million in ad spend, if you did that in the first month. So how impressive is it if you spend $1 million on ad spend and get 1.2 million back? Then you've got profit margins in that. Most e-commerce brands probably have a minimum 50% profit margin. So they're actually, for the majority of these people that share it, won't be making any money fucking at all. It's just impressive that they've produced that volume of revenue. And yeah, you've got, the repeat purchases if it's that type of business. But even so, it's not being, they're not being transparent, because they have brought in that amount of money, but they're playing on the fact that beginners are very naive to what that figure actually means. And it's the same with the ad accounts. People see these big figures, 100x ROAS, spend 15K a day and getting 26K back. But without diving deep into the individual business that you've been running those ads for, or the revenue that have been brought in from that business, it's impossible to actually judge the success of it. Because
we're not denying that these people get those results.
No.
Otherwise it's fraud, right? So we're not denying that. We're saying that they're showing it. They're just showing a very 1% of the reality to try and hoodwink you. But what we're saying, me and Harry have actually posted pictures of our ad accounts. And here's the reasons why we did it. The ones I've done is when I've split tested 3 different ad sets as a testing process. And I've shown how my cost per result, doesn't mean we were making profit. I think we were with that particular client, but the cost per click, the click-through rate, and the cost per result dramatically changed. And actually, I was educating the audience to say, look how important split testing is, guys. Like, you can't just run one ad set, one ad, and hope for the best. It was actually an education piece to say, look, guys, this is the power of split testing. And it's really, really important that you do it. And actually, this was with a client that we were struggling with for a while to get some element of winning ads. And then we dropped and we got the hook right. And it was just through multiple testing. And the inside of our accounts wasn't to brag, it was to educate and say, look, guys, this is why we bang the drum about A/B split testing, and we bang the drum about different creatives and copy. And it's really important that you do that for your own sake as an agency and for your client's brand. And times when you may have done it, it's a similar thing where you're actually saying, you know, this has been a long time coming, and actually we're now getting to a point where, but you give context behind it to say, these are the things you made changes to get there. That's really educational. And that's what we're all online to educate and to gorge on content. And that's more useful.
The only thing close to me being a massive hypocrite and doing what we've said not to do was when I shared a cost per lead for a client. For one of our ad accounts, we've spent like 6K and got leads for I think it was £4.5 consistently for months and months and months. And I made absolutely sure that when I shared that, it was to show the potential of Facebook ads. It wasn't me saying, we do this every single time with every single client, because that's absolutely not true. It was simply to say, when you do get it right for a particular client that has everything in line, these are the type of results you can get. Because lots of people do message me saying, Harry, what's a good cost per lead? Like, what do I aim for? What's the potential? And the answer always is, it completely depends on the business, it depends on the industry, and it depends on the demand for that particular industry at that time. Like we've had clients for, and a lot of people won't be able to relate to this, is that when you work with a client for 2 years, you'll notice that that industry goes through phases. For example, hair transplants. We work, a lot of people on the channel know we work with a hair transplant surgeon, the leading hair transplant surgeon in the UK. And the hair transplant industry over the past 2 years has changed massively. Like when we first started working with them, the focus was very heavily on educating people on the types of services we offer. Now everyone knows about it. So the industry changes, and so does our marketing, which therefore makes us get an easier cost per lead, a lower cost per lead. And that's the same with many industries, isn't it? Like we've had loads of clients where, because we've worked with them so long, our advertising strategies changed because the industry's changed.
Yeah. Completely. And that is, and then when you go to show results of that particular client, you know, some of it is so old too. You know, I can actually tell that the BM looks slightly older than this. It's really interesting, but people can agree to disagree. Everything on this channel is just our opinion based on our experiences. By all means, you know, share us your feelings and your thoughts on it, but just, you know, keep it nice, everybody, always. But yeah, we're here just to tell you and educate you and help you and establish, and don't fall for some of what you hear and the shit you hear, especially when people are telling you they don't go by their usual measurements anymore. They're making up a name for it, and they've cracked it. You know, it's just
be switched on. I think that's the bottom line of the video. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you've not watched our previous video was on Tom and I's predictions on where SMMA is going to be in 5 years. A little bit about the impact of AI. I know we speak about that a lot on this channel, but it was a new take, and getting Tom's take on it as well was really interesting. So hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Please, please, please make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Apple Music, Spotify, or any of the audio platforms. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.